welcome everybody to a brand new Renaissance Gaming production. Today I am bringing you the fourth canonical Zelda game in the series, Link's Awakening. This game was originally released for the Game Boy in 1993 and then re-released with new features in 1998 as Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Color, and then finally it was re-released again as a remake for the Nintendo Switch in 2019, and I am going to be playing through the Link's Awakening DX version, and this is part of my personal quest to play through every Legend of Zelda game to 100% completion, and I would encourage you to go watch the first 3 games on my channel before beginning this series. Now, not only do I play to 100% completion, but I also spent hours behind the scenes so that I can route the game to talk to all the characters, show all the cool secrets, develop the storyline, and make the experience as immersive as possible. This is how I have been doing and will continue to do every Zelda game on my channel, so if that sounds interesting to you, do subscribe. With all that out of the way, let me go over briefly some of the story leading up to the game according to the official Legend of Zelda storyline, as documented by Hyrule Historia and the Hyrule Encyclopedia. So Ganondorf sought the Triforce in the events of Ocarina of Time, and in the Link's Awakening timeline, Link was unsuccessful at stopping him, so as a last resort, Zelda and the other 6 sages sealed Ganon and the Triforce in the Sacred Realm. The Sacred Realm turned into the Dark World from A Link to the Past, which was the last game I played on my channel, and eventually the evil wizard of Ganon sought to break the seal to the Sacred Realm, or the Dark World. He killed the King of Hyrule, he kidnapped all the maidens descended from the 7 sages in order to open the seal, and Link, a descendant of the Knight of Hyrule, entrusted with protecting the maidens, embarked on a quest to foil a Ganon's plot. The maidens were all kidnapped and sent to the Dark World, and it was up to Link to venture to the Dark World and defeat Ganon to reclaim the Triforce before the evil lord could enter the Light World and corrupt it as well. He did all of this successfully, peace was restored to Hyrule, and Link decided to sail to a foreign land to increase his skills and to seek new adventures. However, he became shipwrecked out at sea and washed on the shores of Koholint Island, which is where the game begins. What a relief. I thought you'd never wake up. You were tossing and turning. What? Zelda? No, my name's Marin. You must still be feeling a little woozy. You are on Koholint Island. Follow the lane south to reach the beach where I found you. Since you washed ashore, lots of nasty monsters have been in the area, so be careful, okay? Well, Link, you finally snapped out of it. Name's Terran. Hope you're feeling better. What? How did I know your name? You think it's weird, eh? Well, I saw it on the back of this shield. You got your shield back. So you actually have to press a button to use your shield in this game. Kind of weird. Well, let's go and explore this area known as Mabe Village. Meet some of the characters, starting right here. This little guy is called Chow Chow. Makeup, jewels, dresses, I want it all. And some new accessories would be nice. The big guy here is called Bow Wow, and then there's another Chow Chow here, and Madam Meow Meow. Ho ho ho, my Bow Wow is so proud of his fine fur coat. Yip 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 yip. So they look like the Chain Chomps from Mario, of course. And then there's gonna be a couple little guys here as well. Hey man, when you want to save, just push all the buttons at once. Don't ask me what that means, I'm just a kid. Well, it seems that after you save, you will start at the last door you went through. I'm not really sure why that is, because I'm just a kid. So, these guys are interesting, and here's a little library that we will be coming back to that's going to be pretty important. So the 2 kids out here are called Kiddo on the left and Junia on the 2. They are 2 of 4 quadruplets. Tail Cave is to the right, and Tarambo Shores, where we washed up, is to the south. These are Octoroks, classic Zelda enemies. But yeah, there's a family that lives on the island, and they have quadruplets. Got these levers here, and we just spoke with 2 of the quadruplets. Here's a sea urchin, which is actually from the Kirby series. And finally our sword. Hoot hoot! So you are the lad who owns the sword. Now I understand why the monsters are starting to act so violently. A courageous lad has come to wake the windfish. It is said that you cannot leave the island unless you wake the windfish. You should now go north to the mysterious forest. I will wait for you there. Hoot! So quite a mysterious game. There's lots of mysteries on this island, as you will see, and the owl is a fair companion that will guide us on our way. So we got our sword, and Link puts his name on the back of the sword as well. I'm gonna switch the buttons here. I find it much more intuitive to have the sword on the B button. But yeah, Link's like that kid that you had in elementary school that used to put his name on everything. You know those kids, they would have their names engraved on their pencil. Every book they got, they would put their name on it. Yeah, that's Link. So you will notice that there's a lot of similarities between this game and A Link to the Past, and philosophically that will kind of make sense as we come to understand the storyline in this game, but I don't want to spoil anything for you guys who don't know, but it makes sense that there's a lot of parallels between this game and A Link to the Past. Starting over here, for example, you remember in the last game, there was a piece of heart down a well, and it is very similar here. If I jump down this well, we will see that not only is there a piece of heart, but also the bones of 2 murder victims. You've got a piece of heart. Very nice. So 4 of these will make a heart container. That's all exciting stuff. So now I can head north to the mysterious forest finally. Mysterious forest. It's all a little bit mysterious. Hoot! Ho, brave lad, on your quest to wake the dreamer. Welcome to the mysterious wood. Much of mystery you will find on this uncharted Koholint Island. I'm afraid you may find it a trifle difficult to leave the island while the windfish naps. By the by, have you ever visited the Tail Cave, which is south of the village? Go there with the key you find in this forest. The windfish is watching. Hoot! Odd music here in the mysterious forest. And these are moblins, another classic Zelda enemy. They're not so bad, they do shoot arrows at you though. This is a guardian acorn. It cuts the damage you take in half, but it plays this very annoying sound while it is active. Alright, let me go up here and we will see this raccoon. If I try to go up, it stops me. Oh, yeah, going to be lost thanks to me. As a raccoon, my nose is very sensitive to stuff like dust and powder. So kind of mysterious, but you cannot head north with that raccoon there, so we have to find a way to deal with it, and maybe some dust will do the trick. Beware of the floors with cracks. A heavy person should not stand on them. So these are Keys, another classic Zelda enemy, of course. I think they made an appearance in every game so far. The little cracked floors, as the sign implies, if you stand too long on them, you will fall to a certain death. I'll get 50 rupees here. Speaking of deaths, you do not want to die in this game, because if you complete it without dying, you unlock a secret cutscene, which of course I will be showing. These little enemies are called Zol. And this heart piece I cannot get yet. I will have to come back to it. But finally, here on the other side of the cave, there is a mushroom known as the toadstool. You pick the toadstool. As you hold it over your head, a mellow aroma flows into your nostrils. Let me see if I can do something useful with this. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. These silly Zol. Now I do want to be careful collecting rupees because rupees are going to be pretty valuable in the game. I'm going to need to purchase multiple things. So this is another variation of the Moblin with a sword and shield, a little bit tougher than the other ones, just because it's kind of hard to get an angle to hit on them. Some red Zols here. So this little triangle is called a piece of power, and it doubles your damage, it sends enemies flying, and it also increases your speed, but again at the cost of the very annoying music. This piece of heart I will come back to as well. This little guy is known as a Buzz Blob, similar to A Link to the Past, and here in this hut we have Syrup the Witch.
Double, double, toil and trouble. A toadstool mix powder for tricks.
So I shall give her the toadstool and see what she can do with it.
Ah, it has the sleepy toadstool, it does. We'll mix it up. Something in a jiffy, we will. It's all ready, it is. Take care, as there's not much there. Why not try a bit in my hut?
So we got some magic powder and it can do many things with it, like light torches and sprinkle it on enemies.
Good job. Use it on your enemies and see what happens. If you run out, go to the forest and pick up some mushrooms and I will make you more.
Odd little witch there. Odd little witch. Similar to A Link to the Past, if I sprinkle the magic powder on the Buzz Blob, it turns into Kookman, which says all sorts of weird things. You know me, I like short names, the best. It can display millions of polygons. I definitely need it as soon as possible. Yeah, that Kookman is flipping out. That thing shooting stuff at me from the water, by the way, is a River Zora. Again, made an appearance in the last game. So now that I have the magic powder, I can go use it on the raccoon, which mentioned that it is sensitive to dust. So that's going to be pretty helpful. So just backtracking there to the raccoon. Let me sprinkle it. And it's gonna freak out. It's gonna bounce around all over the place, and finally I'll be able to go north. The last thing I can remember was biting into a big juicy toadstool. Then I had the darndest dream. I was a raccoon. Yeah, it sounds strange, but I was sure it was fun. So it is indeed Terran who is the raccoon. How odd. I'm all tuckered out. I think I better set a spell before I head home. Alright, let me head north, and here is the Tail Key. Now you can open the Tail Cave gate. Hoot! Take the key and go to Tail Cave. Retrieve the instrument that is hidden there. Go now, the windfish is waiting. Hoot! Alright, so before I do go to Tail Cave, I do want to meet more of the cast and characters of the game back in Mabe Village. By the way, Terran is a reference to Mario. He looks like Mario a lot. And if you remember, Mario does love mushrooms, and in certain Super Smash Bros. Games, if he eats mushrooms, he turns into the flying raccoon version of Mario. So lots of Mario references in Link's Awakening, as you will see. So here in the southern portion of Mabe Village, there's this sweet little grandma. This is Grandma Yahoo. Yahoo! I'm fine, and you? And this is her husband. How do you say, please call outside. It seems that Old Man Ulrira is a shy guy in person. Bring, 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 click. Yes, it's the Bucket Mouse. Thanks for calling. Well, click. You must have dialed a wrong number. So Grandpa Ulrira, he's pretty shy in person, but you can call him from phone booths all around the island, and he gives you hints, like this booth here. Bring, bring, Ulrira speaking. You know, there is a library in the village that might have some good information for you. Talk to you later. Click. Link checked the chest. Wow, this is a nice chest. Yes, Link is a little pervert. He's a little pervert. It's another quadruplet. I heard that you can press select to look at the island map, but I don't understand what they mean by that. So this is Laddie. His name is Laddie. And this little fox is really mean. It growls at you, and if you smack at it, it tries to eat you. Kind of funny. Anyways, there's a little shop here. And this is the trendy game. And I can pay 10 rupees to play, and I'm going to grab that Yoshi doll in the middle. And it's actually an item, the first item for a trading sequence. Trading sequence makes an appearance in multiple Zelda games. And this is the first game which has the trading sequence. So quite an important little item here. You'll notice that all the quadruplets on the island, all their names are puns on kids. So for example, there is Sunny, there's Kiddo, there's Junia, and there's Laddie. And those are all some variation on the word kid, I guess. Anyways, I got this Yoshi doll. And speaking of the quadruplets, it is time to go to their home and meet their parents. But first, there is the secret bush here with a seashell. This is a secret seashell. There are 26 of them in the game, and if you collect 20, you get an upgrade for your sword. I will be showing all 26 locations. So this is a shop. I just want to come in here to show you this creepy shopkeeper. He's such a creeper, and hopefully I'll troll him later on in the game, but man, he's a weird little shopkeeper. Alright, so this is the quadruplet's home, and this is Pawpaw. Yep, those are my boys. I'm Pawpaw. Pleased to meet ya. I'll be lost in the hills later, so keep a lookout for me here. And this is Mama Shah. Oh, will you give that doll to my baby? Oh, thank you. You are indeed a generous person. Ah, I will give you this in return. So you traded the Yoshi doll for a ribbon, and maybe you can trade the ribbon for something else. Alright, so those are the quadruplet's parents. I traded the Yoshi doll for a ribbon, and I think we know who wants that ribbon. But first, let me speak with Laddie, the last quadruplet. When you're running out of hearts, you'd better enter a house or cave. Why? I have no idea. I'm just a kid. Alright. Oh, actually, that was Sunny, not Laddie. So let me go over to Chow Chow, who loves all the fine things. Makeup, jewels, dresses, I want it all. And some new accessories would be nice. Oh, that ribbon, I need it, I need it. Will you trade it for my dog food? Lucky, thanks. Well, there's your dog food. Aw, look at Chow Chow, looks so cute in its little ribbon. Very nice. Let's get out of here. And now let me head up north, and I'm gonna speak with the fisherman in the village. How about some fishing, little buddy? I'll only charge you 10 rupees. Okay, here's how you do it. You use the arrow keys on the pad to aim and cast. Once you hook a fish, press the button rapidly to reel him in. So I'm trying to get that fat fish right underneath me because he has a heart piece. And this is actually the first instance of fishing in Zelda games, which is a classic mechanic of Zelda games, pretty much hereafter. Unless, of course, you count the A Link to the Past riddle quest, in which one of the answers to the riddle was a fish that you had to catch with a bug net. But unless you count that as fishing, this is really the first instance of fishing in a Zelda game. Alright, let me reel this fat boy in and hopefully get my piece of heart. Very nice. Oh, it's a big one, and it has a piece of heart too. You get a 20 rupee prize on top of that. Very good. So now, let me head to the center of town. I think we're actually at a pretty decent stopping point for this episode. But here's a little more similarity to A Link to the Past. Here's Weathercock. Here sleeps the flying rooster. And let me talk to Marin. Link, Terran's taking a nap at home. I don't know how he can sleep on such a nice day. It makes me want to sing a song. Yes, the song is the Ballad of the Windfish. So this is a classic song for this game. I will leave you to enjoy it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next episode.